See, that is again. We used to we used to be Denise in those Portuguese days. My first name is also Antonio.
Yeah. So, Anthony, Dennis, could you tell us something about the Paulites and how the association of past pupils of St. Paul's, Belgaum started?
Well, it took just one man to move and make it into a movement, and, and that man is Vivian D'Souza, who is presently residing in Sokor
Sukkur.
of Porvorim. This is a man who spent much of his professional life abroad in USA and has voluntarily come down and settled here. Now, he was the one from the 56 batch of St. Paul's.
Yeah.
Now, he tried calling me several times, but unfortunately he used to call me at my residence number.
8 years ago.
Yeah, 8 years ago, when I was at work. But one fine day, he switched his strategy and called me, and he got me on the line.
Yeah.
And it took us 2 hours to end the conversation.
And what you will decide there?
Now, we decided that when he came into India,
Yeah.
that he would like to meet some of his batch boys in Bombay for a meal, and that he would host it.
Yeah.
We were happy to have an old Paulite who has been successful, and we met him. About 6 of us met him one evening
In Bombay.
in Bombay at one of the 5-star hotels, and it was a very nostalgic meeting.
Yeah.
We talked of our entire life, our careers, and our retirement plans. And we decided that we would form an association of
Yeah.
the Paulites. Initially, we thought we would make it the 1956 batch,
Right.
but then we realized that we couldn't dichotomize, and separate the other Paulites from the 56 batch. And so we inducted in practically anyone who was a Paulite. Even if he had studied for 1 year or 2 years, we still considered him a Paulite, and we got him into the fold.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then how did the word go out?
Vivian, when he went back to States,
Yeah.
met another Paulite of the 56 batch, Rene Barreto, who was computer savvy. And he
Yeah.
sort of, got us onto the net. And then it spread from 10.
It's really grown now.
It's grown, and we have about 400 or maybe 500
I see. Members.
members. Now, some of those who are not on the net
Yeah.
are in touch with us over the lines,
Okay.
the telephone. We have their addresses, we have their telephone numbers, we have the mobile numbers. So anyone who cannot get in touch with his schoolmate or batchmate
Yeah.
on the net, he can just
I see.
call anyone. And today's progress in telecommunications is so vast
Yeah.
that it's not difficult at all to communicate to anyone.
And what's the focus of the activities?
The focus is basically camaraderie.
Yeah.
We knew each other. We had the same family backgrounds. We had the same values.
Yeah.
We came up the hard way. We made a success story of our lives.
Yeah.
So we want to share it with each other, and
Yeah.
help those that are now coming up.
Yeah.
We would like to help each other's children, each other's grandchildren. We would like to help people, who are medically
Yeah.
in need of help. You see, because quite a number of the boys have specialized
Yeah.
in cardiothoracic,
I see.
yeah, and other medical fields.
Where all are the boys now? Which
You
fields are-
can find them from the west coast
Yeah.
of the United States to New Zealand.
In what kinds of jobs?
See, initially we found that there were lots of boys in the armed forces,
Yeah.
Army, Navy, Air Force. Then we found them IT specialists.
I see.
We found them in the medical field, not just uh, as a general doctor
Yeah.
or a GP, but specialized in certain fields.
I see.
And we take great pride in saying that in every field we have seen a boy come up and make a success story.
This was a 150-year-old school.
Uh, in 2006, we uh, we celebrated the 150th anniversary
Yeah.
of St. Paul's, and a year prior to that, we made it a point to spread the word around all over the world,
Yeah.
and we had the satisfaction of seeing nearly, I think, 2,000 to 3,000 boys
I see.
who came from all over.
I see.
And the only thing that sort of was uppermost on their minds is
Yeah.
how can we be in touch and meet more often so that we could be of help to one another.
So there was a large percentage of Goan students in this school in those days.
Yes, surprisingly, there was very large percentage of Goan boys and boys, for that matter, who joined us.
Yeah.
There was a liberal sprinkling of the other communities. But the nicest thing was we all felt that we had the same values, and the same level of education. And
It was one of the best schools in the province in those days.
in those days, it was one of the best schools in Bombay State.
I see.
Yeah. And we excelled in every field of activity, sports,
Yeah.
academics, of course, and we can still boast of a lot of boys who have ended up as admirals,
I see.
generals, brigadiers, IT specialists,
I see.
and quite a number of them have made a mark in the administrative service of the government of India.
And what would you like to see the school in, say, in the next 10, 20, 30 years?
In the next 10, 20 years, if the policies of the state
Yeah.
and the central government are conducive to a liberal education and not a sort of a myopic philosophy of life,
Yeah.
I think we will make tremendous progress, provided we also get the right type of faculty.
And lastly, you spent a life in Air France.
Yes. If I was given my whole life again, I would like to be back in Air France.
Air France. That was in which?
See, I joined them at the counter,
Yeah.
moved on to the, was promoted to the ticket office manager. Later on, moved into computer marketing
I see.
and computer sales, and it was a happy period of my
I
life.
see.
It was
Thanks.
a very happy period of my life.
Thanks a lot and wishing you all the best.
Thanks a lot.